Okay, we're going to talk about something interesting today. It's called stock splits. It's something corporations do with their stocks sometimes. They'll do something, say, called a 2-for-1 split, which would mean every stock you have, you'll now have two stocks. They'll double the amount of stocks you have. But what happens if they do a 2-for-1 split is they'll double the number of stocks you have, but the price of each stock will be cut in half, so there's no change in the monetary value. It's similar to if somebody gave you 2 10s for a 20. It doesn't matter if you have 2 10s or one $20 bill, it's the same amount of money. It may just be depending on what you want to do with it. Stock splits occur sometimes if a price of a stock is really, really high. Some of the tech companies, the stocks got up to like $3,000 per share. And the corporation may think, well, the stock price is too high, people won't want to do it. So they'll give you a 2-for-1 split, which will cut the price of the stock in half and maybe make it more lucrative, more people want to buy it. Or they have a thing called a reverse stock split, where they can do it the other way around. Instead of 2-for-1, they can do 1-for-5, which would mean 5 stocks will be combined into 1. So you'll have 1/5 less the number of stocks, but the price will go up 5 times. Why would they do that? Well, there's a thing called junk stocks or penny stocks, where the stock is sometimes literally in pennies, cents, or really cheap. And people might think if the price is too low, they won't want to buy the stock, so they'll raise the price up. Stock splits are really purely for psychological reasons. The corporation thinks that more people will buy the stock, there'll be a higher demand for the stock, and the price may go up. But it's considered a monetary non-event because the market capitalization will remain the same. If the price goes up, the number of stocks goes down. If the number of stocks goes up, the price goes down. Market capitalization is the number of outstanding shares, which is the total number of shares in the company, times the price of each share. That's referred to as the market capitalization, sometimes abbreviated to market cap. And that will not change. The market cap is also used to judge the company, to see how much it's worth, how big of a company it is. And so it's really just psychological, but it does happen. And let's take a look at what happens when we do that. So let's start with John Deere. John Deere, if you don't know, it's a company that makes tractors and things like that. Its stock price is $87.68, and there are 1.2 million shares outstanding. So the first thing let's do is let's calculate the market cap. And the market cap is the number of shares outstanding, which is 1.2 million. That's 1.2 billion. And we times that by the price of 87.68, and we end up getting 102,216,000,000. That number is referred to the market cap of the company. That is how we measure actually how large the company is. So let's say they decide to do a 2-for-1 split. If they do a 2-for-1 stock split, it means they're going to double the number of outstanding shares. So now the number of outstanding shares is going to be 2 times the 1.2 billion, and that comes out to be 2.4 billion, capital B for billion. What is the price of each stock? Well, the price of each stock is cut in half, so it's going to be 1/2 times to 87.68. And that comes out to be $43.84 per share. So, after the stock split, what would the market cap be? Well, it would be 2.4 billion times the 43.84, and let's see what we get. So if we do 2.4 billion and we multiply that by the 43.84, and we get out our calculator, guess what? It comes out to be the same number. Oh, I just see, so I read my notes incorrectly. It's not 102, it's 105. Those of you who are following along at home. But we see what happens, the market cap did not change. That's called a monetary non-event. It didn't change the value of the company. It just made each stock maybe worth less. Or the number of stocks you have is now doubled. So there might be reasons companies do that. Now, that's a traditional stock split 2-for-1. If they do it the other way around, that's called a reverse stock split. But in general, you can use this formula to find out how things work. If there is a for B split, because it's not just 2-for-1, it could be 4-for-5, 1-for-20, anything like that. But if there's an A for B split, 2-for-1 would be the example. To find the post-split number of shares, you multiply A over B times the pre-split number. And if you want to find the price, post-split price, you multiply B over A times the pre-split price. So if you look at the previous example, it was 2-for-1. So we multiplied 2/1 times the number of shares, and we multiplied 1/2 times the price. Okay, I think that should cover it. I think you should be able to do your work now. But as you know, if there's questions, I know you will ask. Okay, thank you.